We live on 26, bro. Shout out to EA Play with the free 10-hour trial. Like I said, I got the standard edition, so I had a real game on Thursday. But hey, I got baseball coming up, but we are live. So I'm gonna run through these settings real quick, bro. I gotta get y'all settings right, first of all. Because I saw a lot of people just don't know what to do on settings. So I'm gonna run through some stuff that I do on settings, what I like to do, what I've seen other people do that's effective, certain things you can do, what you can't do, what you shouldn't do, or what you should try, or maybe, a lot of different things like that. So when you go to your settings, of course, set your favorite team. Your playbook is all up to you, team specific. Whatever you want to do, like I said, if you want to change it to veer and shoot, you want to go to Air Force playbook. Whatever you want to do, you can set all your playbooks here, so you got to keep changing them in game. Of course, me personally, I would say create your playbook, but that's a whole different video, a whole different topic. So we're gonna take even teams off, of course. We're not gonna do even teams, bro. Like it makes zero sense. We're not doing that. We're gonna go Heisman, 5 minutes, of course. Play clock, yeah. I mean, like I said, if you in your dynasty want to do accelerated clock, cool. Or you want to do it on your own, cool. Accelerated clock here. Some of the same stuff from last year. Like I said, kick. I like to kick because I like to receive second half. That's just me personal preference. If you like to say, okay, let me just come out here, let me get the ball, and let me go score. Get the ball, go score. Cool. But me, I'm a kick. Controller scheme. Of course, I like tap and hold. That was like the kick power, kick meter. So you gonna kick. You're gonna hold it up, let the bar go up, release it. That's how you kick. I'm so used to that, so that's what I'm keep doing. Some folks do tap tap, but like I said, right now, me personally, I am used to tap and hold. So I'm gonna go tap and hold. All right, all your wear and tear stuff. That's more of your dynasty of how you want your stuff to be. Like I said, if you're in an online dynasty by yourself, offline dynasty by yourself, you can adjust these how you want to adjust these. If not, it'll be depending on how your commissioner sets your league up. But like I said, that's some stuff that has to be played with to understand, okay, this really matters. Let me tone this down or let me tone this up. So that's a cool mechanic. I'm glad they have so much different like adjustments you can make on wear and tear because last year wear and tear was ridiculous. So now you can actually adjust it, which is cool. Love it. Passing type. This is probably the most important thing that people have questions about is about, oh man, what should I set my passing type as? So me personally, I've always told folks placement and accuracy. So guess what? I'm still rolling with placement and accuracy. So think of it like this. Placement and accuracy. If you want to be Patrick Mahomes, your placement and accuracy. Placement and accuracy is Patrick Mahomes. If you want to be Peyton Manning, go revamp passing. If you don't understand that concept, I don't know what to tell you. But they say revamp passing is a lot better than what it was last year, but that's something that I will have to play around with. I'm not sure yet, so I'm gonna give you the standard settings that I go with so far. So I'm gonna try revamp passing back out. I'm gonna give it one more chance. Like I said, my last video, I told y'all throw it away, but I am gonna give revamp passing one more chance. So that's cool. We ain't doing that classic, bro. We ain't 60. All right, placement and accuracy. Pass, slow down, turn it off. Pass lead, small. I've experimented with medium and large in 25, and I noticed I was sort of throwing outside of my receivers' windows because it was leading them a little bit too much on certain passes that shouldn't be leading them a little too much. So you on small, it'll still be in that little catch radius that they have. It'll still be in that catch radius, but you still want to lead them a little bit on certain passes. So yeah, pass lead increase, put that on small. So I've been hearing a lot of things, and like last year we might have went reticle speed. I think it was probably like 15, 16, something like that. It was up. This year I'm hearing that people are missing passes because of reticle speed. So a lot of folks are saying tone it down. So we gonna start off with ours on like 3 or 4 or something like that to see does it really make an impact. But we're gonna shoot for 3 to start off. Reticle visibility, yeah, I want to see my reticle so now I can see what I'm messing up on. Because I want to know, oh, I threw a red, okay? So I want to know why I threw a red. Like on the meter, I want to know why I threw a red. So that's why I said keep that stuff on. AI receiver for user teams, just turn it on. Like I said, it's a situation where like if you don't click on the guy, the CPU will still try to make the catch. It's not bad. I mean, it's just a feature. Cool. Keep it on. Tackle quality, like the text feedback and arrows, enable those. I've heard and it'll just give you feedback on your tackling and stuff like that. And feedback is not bad, guys. I'm telling y'all, feedback is not bad. So if you got a problem with feedback, like I ain't lie, it ain't too much I can say to you, bro. Like accept the feedback, bro. Like it's okay. So yeah, have your feedback on here. Your auto flip, you can have it on ball hawk, yes. Defensive heat seeker assist, yes. Sometimes, like if you notice, if you go out your settings, come back in after you play like online or something, it might change this off. That's how I was doing last year. So just make sure you go back in your settings and make sure you put it on. Like I said, it might change it sometimes, but we do want ball hawk on. Heat seeker window, put it up to 200. Yes, put it up 200. Okay, switch stick delay. Last year I had it on slight. So this year I'm gonna change it up a little bit because I want to get more in tune and use switch stick a lot more. And it helps because they changed the button where you're not making your adjustments with the switch stick button now. So when you being getting caught up in an adjustment, you would switch stick as soon as they snap the ball. So that's a little different this year because you got to make a different. You make adjustments, I think, with the D-pad more on this one. So that allows you to do switch stick delay on none, so you can instantly switch stick as soon as the ball is snapped. It's a little bit harder to do, but it's a skill gap everybody should try to perfect and work on. So if you got a person that's doing like an auto motion wheel route, right? You see this auto motion wheel route, and instead of you switching over before the play, you can bait your guy as soon as it snap, switch stick over to that defender and pick that auto motion wheel right off. So that's why I'm playing around with that switch stick a little bit more, and that's my goal in 26 to get really, really good at switch stick. Okay. Defensive switch assist, user switches to another defender. Yeah, you want that. Yeah, keep that on. Control player art. Yes, keep that on. So this is a situation where if I'm the middle linebacker, right? It'll show me what is my zone responsibility. So that's what I was telling my cousin. I was like, hey, cuz, I said, you have a bad habit of you don't look at your play after you pick it, so you don't know your responsibilities. This way, you at least know your user responsibilities at all times because that matters. So know your responsibilities on defense. A lot of people get messed up on defense because they don't know their responsibilities. So you might be in a hook curl right here, 5-10 yard hook curl, or whatever, but you sit here covering the curl flat. That's not smart. So know your defense responsibilities. Coach mode off, cool. Player sliders, bro. All this stuff is like depending on how you do your dynasty and stuff like that on sliders. So right now we're just going that's stuff that we're not really touching. Crossplay, yes, crossplay on. But the thing I have noticed about crossplay too as well, sometimes crossplay you get some desyncs in crossplay because like I said, Xbox can play at higher frames than PS5. So if you got some guys that's in your online dynasty that's got Xbox, you might have to tell them, hey, go in your settings and change your frames per second. Like change that down. Change your frames down so you match the PS5. So we try to like limit those desyncs. But I'm excited about crossplay for sure though. But there's some adjusting we might have to see, and hopefully we don't see that many desyncs this year. But like I said, if you do see desyncs and that's the problem, adjust the frames and that should correct it. But hey, I'm not an expert, but hey, accessibility. All right, menu narration, turn it off. You do not want this game screaming at you for everything you do. Turn it off. Unless you just necessarily really, really need it, turn it off.
Narration
See, look.
to 100.
Exactly, screaming at me right there. I don't have it on, but you're screaming at me because I went to the volume. So a lot of that stuff, like I said, keep that off. Controller vibration. I was so against it last year, but now something's telling me, okay, let me put it on normal to test it out because controller vibration can be small stuff where I got a quarterback in the pocket and it starts to vibrate a little bit. So now I know, whoa, the defensive end is closing in on me. So that can help me avoid some of them sacks. So I'm gonna keep that vibration on normal this year. So color blindness, that's all in your personal preference. Uh, we don't need none of that. Quick chat off. Dynamic camera effects, turn this off. So basically what this means is when you're on the road, if you got it on, then your whole screen's gonna shake. But if you got it off, it'll still shake on the screen. But I mean, it won't shake really as much on the screen. So it's just something to benefit you because people hate playing on the road. Like I said, that on the road, that stadium post is a little OP still. But hey, that's college. But just turn it off to, get yourself right. Your volume settings, that's all depending on how you do. Right now I have mine just set for streaming, so I don't have the music in the background because I want y'all to hear me and see what I'm talking about or listen to what I'm talking about. But if I'm not streaming, I'm gonna hop about on normal because I love to hear Auburn's band, and Auburn's band is all over this game. Like a lot of the music you do here is coming from Auburn University's marching band. I love it. Like I said, they did their thing on a lot of the songs that's in this game, a lot of the music. So I'm gonna listen to that a lot. I can say. So once again, shout out to Auburn University marching band. Y'all big one. So, but right now I'm streaming, so I gotta turn it off or just put on streaming. So that goes for all your little mix here. Motion blur off. Don't ask no questions. Don't even question it. You should already know this. If you play any first-person shooting game, you should know motion blur should off. So all y'all COD fans out there, or whatever this is that, y'all should know motion blur should already be off. So you shouldn't even have to ask that question. Turn it off. All right, your penalties, it's all personal preference on y'all leagues and stuff like that. I'm not even going to run through it because it's all on your leagues and how y'all want to do that. So that's up to your commissioner, or if you're the commissioner, up to you how you want to change your certain stuff. Player skill, same thing, basically sliders. All in your league, how you want to change your sliders. So that's up to you. That's personal preference. Same thing with CPU skill. Visual feedback. Is this some of the same stuff we already had? I don't think so. Well, we're gonna run through it again quick. Dynamic play calling, turn it off. Because if it's on, it basically limits you based off your skill level on plays you can call. And nobody wants to be limited on what they can call. Of course, keep all that previous play information. That stuff, that's about, people like, oh man, you can see my play this and that. Bro, if they're in a real game, people have real live film. So they can tell their coordinators what they see. It's the same thing, bro. Man up, play football. Stop being scared about what people see, and just keep stopping the person. It doesn't matter. If you're gonna stop them, stop them. But this means you can't stop them running the same thing over and over again. But just come on, guys, and always check your play art, bro. See what the person's running. On-field visual feedback. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said earlier, we do want feedback. I've never had this trainer on. I don't know what the trainer looks like, so we're gonna keep that trainer off. Yeah, we're gonna. This was defensive pass coverage visual assist. So this is like, okay, I got the corner. I'm man up with a guy. It'll show me what buttons I can use to like press, get a hand on the guy, this and that. So sometimes I don't know everything I can do as a defender or a receiver because receivers are the ones right below it. So I would leave it on. Like I said, it's extra benefit, extra help to teach you, okay, you can do this right here, the zone chuck, or you can do this, bump and run. Put both of those on, I can't say. Of course, you want your feedback, put your feedback on. You want your ticker you want your dynasty ticker, bro. Like, part of playing dynasty is look at that bottom ticker and seeing certain things that go on down there. So yeah, keep that on. You ain't necessarily gotta have coaching tips, because coaching tips is gonna like put them big boxes on the screen middle of the game, so you can turn that off. So just go to practice mode. Go to practice mode. Drill what you need to drill in practice mode. Cool. Pre-snap menu, yes. Put that on. Players' names, yes. On. Camera toggle, yes. Passing cam, yes. Standard.
Menu narration option is set to.
Here we go. We getting back to accessibility again. We just went to accessibility on the third option, so why do we have it again? But hey, it's the same settings here again. But like I said, you already went through that. Same thing with audio. We already went through audio settings. So why are we showing audio settings again? I don't know, EA. Y'all got to fix that. Don't show it to me twice. Don't show it to me over here in the game options when you got a whole tab for it. Come on, bro. I feel like that's wasted time, wasted effort. Like, it's not hard. Remove it from the other one and just have its own tab like you already do. All right, auto subs. This is more of which one doing your own dynasty. Once you get the hang of it and you figure out, okay, this is what's going on. This is what I need to do. Okay, cool. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Okay. So that's based off how your team is, how you recruit, what you have. So I would say play with that a little bit more on your own, depending on how your team is set up. And that's going to like depend on how you say sub when wear and tear is going on. So like I said, when wear and tear is big last year. And I do a lot of manual sub on my wear and tear because I feel like I can control my wear and tear a little bit better myself. So, but this right here help y'all a lot subbing out wear and tear. So like I said, it's not bad, but it's something where it's personal preference. So you have to get in there and understand what you have going on and how the wear and tear is affecting certain players to be able to adjust this setting. So I can't just tell you, do this, do that on that, okay? So I ain't gonna lie, I think that's about it, bro. We ran through them settings, bro. But like I said, it's a lot of good gems in there. A lot of the small details will help you become a great player. So take the small details, like I said, and build your game based off them small details, because the small things do matter. That's why I tell a lot of people the little details matter. But also be open to adjusting settings. Everything's not gonna stay the same. Like I said, my passing reticle speed might not stay at 3. I might bump it back up a little bit, but I'm gonna bump it up based off what I need to complete the passes for me. Okay? Everybody's not the same. But I think if it slowed down a little bit, that'll help everybody else out on passing, especially the people that are not as great passing the ball. It'll help them not miss as many throws. So the key is not missing as many throws. Limit the reds. 2026, let's limit them reds, okay? So adjust it, play around with it, go in practice mode, see what you can, what you can't do. Be open to change, guys. Change is not bad. Change is good. So be open to change, okay? Like I said, I think that might be it, man. Hey, man, y'all just, sub, bro. Sub, like, share. You never know, like, where your reach can go. I might can reach you, and you can reach somebody that somebody else can reach millions of people. Like I said, it's all just trying to help out the community, help out everybody else. So, like I said, sub, like, share. Give me a comment, feedback, bro. Let me know what you want to see from videos. Just let me know like how you feel about content in general. What you think I should improve on, what I should work on, what I should actually put out, what you think should help. If you want a mini series on plays, like I said, certain type of playbooks, or if you want me to just create you a whole playbook, bro, like just let me know and I can figure out what I can and can't do. So, like I said, I'm open to a lot of things, bro. Like y'all be open to a lot of things. It's a journey, bro. We're gonna grow, of course. So just stick with it, bro. Like I said, sub, share, 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 like. Let's run this thing up, bro. I appreciate y'all, bro. I am out.